An attritional first day of the second test match against South Africa at Pune for India, but at the end of it, the Indian team will be pretty satisfied, just losing 3 wickets, already 270 plus, and once again that total built on a strong performance from Mayank Agarwal, his second consecutive 100, and he really has now established himself as the first choice opener for India. There was fluency throughout his innings, hit a lot of boundaries and a couple of sixes as well. Every time a scoring opportunity presented itself, Agarwal made the most of it. South Africa came at India with an additional bowler this time, additional fast bowler this time. So a 5-man attack with 3 fast bowlers in that mix. But Kagiso Rabada really was the only one to make an impression on the Indians. 3 wickets on the day for him. All 3 of the wickets to fall going to him, including that of Mayank Agarwal. But he really once again was their standout performer for India on the day. One interesting choice that India made at the start of play, which is the one change that they made in their playing 11, Umesh Yadav being included, and that meant there was no place for Hanuma Vihari. So India going with the additional bowling option, which meant that their batting was reduced a little bit too as far as the specialists were concerned. Quite clearly that may actually prove to be a decisive selection, because the conditions don't seem to be the kinds where India will just show up and run through South Africa. And the additional seamer in Umesh Yadav, who's been in good form whenever he's got the opportunity, he's made inroads, will back up the pace of Ishant Sharma and Mohammad Shami. So Virat Kohli can come at South Africa with short spells from each of his fast bowlers, and of course has the 2 spin bowling options in Ashwin and Jadeja, who will do the bulk of the damage, one would assume. But Umesh Yadav's selection being a little bit unfortunate for Hanuma Vihari, who was the highest run getter in that series in the West Indies, but now has to sit out. Right, so what does day 2 hold for India? Remember, like I said, there is one batsman short in this playing 11, but Virat Kohli is looking in very good form, which means that he can continue to build on this start that he's got. He's already 60 odd and looking like he can get a lot of runs on this surface. Kohli hasn't surprisingly made a test 100 in 2019, so that'll be a little bit of something that he's trying to rectify. Ajinkya Rahane's got himself in, but South Africa will also believe that after this, India play with non-specialist batsmen, Wriddhiman Saha at 6, Ashwin at 7 and Jadeja at 8. So if they can get an early breakthrough, then they can perhaps restrict India to under 350. India's target will be to get as close to 500 as possible in that first innings, so that with their 5-man bowling attack, they can put sustained pressure on South Africa over the next few days.